If you've never heard of the town of Ceres, California, well, you probably aren't alone. Located in the San Joaquin Valley, this predominantly Hispanic community is part of California's agricultural belt. It's also home to thousands of folks who commute to and from the San Francisco Bay Area for work. Just like any other city in America, Ceres has its fair share of crime, and it has an efficient police department dedicated to law enforcement, with just 56 sworn officers to serve the area's 46,000 residents. The Ceres Police Department works hard to be effective at fighting crime, while at the same time maintaining a positive relationship within the community. It takes a lot of pride in proper training, discipline, and efficiency. Its administration also isn't afraid to think outside the box when exploring solutions for equipment needs. In 2014, Lieutenant Chris Perry did just that. Through a special grant program, Ceres joined the ever-expanding number of law enforcement agencies that are incorporating electric motorcycles into their fleets. The grant program made it possible to obtain 3 new Zero DSP police units.
Trying to be progressive at the police department here, I came across the grant and immediately I was pretty intrigued by it. I had heard a lot about the electric motorcycles, being an avid motorcyclist, so when I saw an opportunity to potentially get a few of them for our department and try them out, I thought, why not? I worked in conjunction with representatives from the San Joaquin Valley Air Pollution District. They were great and easy to work with, and in about 6 months we had 3 of these electric motorcycles sitting at our doorstep, and they've been great ever since.
It was a bold move, and it marked a radical departure from the traditional Harley-Davidson police motorcycles used by the department. But the positive benefits of the change were instantly noticeable.
It cost us about $1 a day to run one of these motorcycles versus $15 or $20 a day to run a gas-powered motorcycle. So the cost alone, you know, when you're analyzing those figures over several years, the savings is significant. There's the benefit of not adding to the air pollution, so essentially we're setting the example in our community from a government organization. They're quiet, they're non-offensive, they're user-friendly, they're very easy to ride, and the public loves them.
If there's any place where electric motorcycles are worth a try, Ceres and its neighboring San Joaquin Valley cities like Modesto and Fresno ought to be at the top of the list. The San Joaquin Valley is effectively a smog gravy boat. Its cities are notorious for having unhealthful air quality, and Ceres is no exception.
Here in the Central Valley, average temps in the middle of summer somewhere in the high 90s, and sometimes it's unbearable with between the smog and the allergies from the trees and all that. The air is real thick.
If you grow up in a community where the schools have to fly a certain flag due to air quality, that tells you immediately that there's a problem with our air in the Central Valley.
Cost effectiveness and minimal environmental impact would be of little benefit if the units did not meet the rigorous performance standards set by the Ceres Police Department. But they do. And they've even converted the most skeptical officer on the team.
When we first got word that we were going to an electric motorcycle, I was a little bit skeptical. I'm like, okay, well, you know, I've been riding a Harley-Davidson traditionally as a motor officer for all these years. And so when I heard we were getting electric, I was a little apprehensive from that it would be able to stay up with the demands of the job of being a motor officer. I didn't know anything about them, had to do my own little research. And when we finally got the bikes in, had done the research, and I was really looking forward to actually trying to ride it. And the first time I rode it, I was actually very impressed.
Weighing less than half that of a traditional V-twin police motorcycle, the electric bikes are far more maneuverable, giving the officers greater flexibility when making their rounds.
There's a lot of things you can't do in a Harley-Davidson that you can do on a Zero. Taking off-road into grass, into dirt, off of a sidewalk and so forth. You can do all those things with the Zero. You can even take them inside. So it left the patrol performance area, basically wide open, that we can do anything we wanted on them.
Since the electric motorcycles make virtually no noise during operation, they have actually helped to raise the awareness of the officers when in the field. Without the drone of a gasoline-powered engine, there is one less distraction, and that could make all the difference in an emergency situation.
So the first time we actually took the bikes out, we headed out to Whitmore, which is just behind us, and we came up to the red light, and I'm used to being on the Harley and it really vibrating and being very loud and having to use our headsets to talk to the other motor officer. And we came to the red light and it was just that quiet. We were able to hear things, and that's a plus to riding these motorcycles. It also opens up a chance to hear maybe a crime in progress. Patrol officers that use the vehicles behind us oftentimes leave their windows down, or even in the window down just cracked that much in attempts to maybe hear something that's calling out for us. On the Harleys, it's very hard to do that. The Harleys are very loud, and although we can traditionally still hear people hollering out at us, it's a lot easier to do on the Zero.
They can also offer the element of surprise.
If I'm running traffic, I'll be working an intersection, and a lot of times if I'm on cell phone detail, I'm out looking for cell phone violators. I can actually roll right up alongside their car, stop, and I'll lean over and just knock on the window. And they'll look at me and it's like, ah! Because they don't even realize I'm there. They don't hear me. They don't, even realize I'm coming up on them. So a lot of fun. Yeah, good times.
Police work can be hard work, but it isn't always hard work. Once in a while, even a cop likes to cut loose and have a little fun, such as when visiting the local skate park. Just to talk to the kids.
Yeah. We take our Zeros everywhere. Again, they're a great community tool. We ride these things right into the skate parks and ride right with the other guys that are out there in the parks on their BMX bikes, their scooters, and their skateboards.
At the end of the day, it's the positive reaction from the community that has been the most welcome benefit of the Ceres Police Department's decision to go electric. That is something the department itself never expected.
Back when we got the electric bikes and we started riding them full time in the assignment, it seems like every day somebody would either pull up to us at a red light, or even when we're on a stop, they would say, "Hey, are those one of the electric bikes?" And I would say, "Yes, they are." So in essence, it helped us develop a better relationship with the community. Our goal as an organization, as the Ceres Police Department, is to engage our community in any way we can. Although we are an enforcement agency, we still believe that it's important to develop those personal relationships with the community. And this is a great way to start to do that, because the conversation usually starts about the Zero and then wind up talking about something in their neighborhood that they want as a request, maybe for more enforcement or something like that. So it's really opened up the lines of communication with our community, which is exactly what we wanted.